Do you want to be a home agent? These are the 10 steps that will help you understand where to find the jobs and what it's like to be a home agent. The sections are as follows. 1. Where to find home agent positions. 2. The different job options. 3. Your application and resume. 4. The technology bits. 5. Your home office environment. 6. 5 important things to know before you sign your job offer. 7. What to expect in training. 8. That first week or two after training is completed. 9. In the groove, daily life of a home agent. And finally, 10. Career growth, where you can take your skills to the next level. So let's start with number 1, where to find the jobs. The information I provide here is directed at people like you seeking employment in the US or in Canada as a work-at-home customer service agent. In the United States, Craigslist is still a very popular website for home agent positions. Go to www.craigslist.com and type in the search window home agents or work at home. Indeed.com is another very popular search engine for home agents. Search home agent or remote agent or work at home. Indeed likes to default you to your town or city. Leave that blank to ensure that you get the highest numbers of results. If you're in Canada, try www.workopolis.com and www.indeed.ca. Those are your best bets to find home agent positions. Remember, also use the terms home agent or remote agent or work at home in the search fields. For both countries, here's another great source of home agent positions: outsourcing companies. Outsourcers are companies who specialize in providing support services to companies with large numbers of customers. Think Amazon, Apple, AT&T, Comcast, Bell, TELUS, and many, many others. I'll give you a link at the end of this video so you can see the companies' names and their starting pay, their maximum pay, what their Glassdoor reviews have been like, and the employment type, whether or not you're an independent contractor or an employee. This is not a complete list by any means. You may find other companies I've not mentioned here, and that's great. Just know that there are lots and lots of opportunities out there, and this is a quickly growing market. In the US and Canada, employers cannot hire home agents outside of their respective country. Yes, the technology does allow you to be a home agent in, say, Iceland and work for a company headquartered in Tampa, but US and Canadian government regulations get a little bit sticky about that. So do yourself a favor and only apply to companies offering jobs in the country you live in and are eligible to work in. Also, not every company employs people in every state or every province. Some companies have chosen not to work in specific states, like California, mostly for economic and regulatory reasons. So make sure the company you're applying to is offering jobs in the state or province in which you live. Number 2, the different job options. This is really important. Of the many outsourcing companies I listed, some of them require you to be an independent contractor. Although that may sound sexy, being your own boss, setting your own hours, etc., if this is your first try at being a home agent, I would suggest you go down the employee route first. Here are some reasons why I suggest that. Contract work can stop at any time. You must cover your own benefits cost, and in the US that's a big deal and can be expensive. You must also calculate and pay your own taxes, and you also may not be eligible for overtime pay. It all depends on your contract. And that's just to name a few reasons. See the link at the end of the presentation for a full list of reasons. So do your homework and check out all the differences before you commit. If you decide to go down this road, look at workingsolutions.com. They have many good reviews from current and former employees. Okay, number 3, your application and resume. You'll need a resume that details your previous work experience. One of the most important things that contact centers look for is reliability, dependability, and staying power. They are going to invest time and money into training you, so they want to make sure that you will stay with the company. In your resume, find a way to outline your reliability and dependability. If you can show reliability and dedication along with previous customer experience, it's going to enhance your chances of getting hired. You should also state that you're flexible and that you're willing to work evenings, weekends, and extra hours as required, if that is true. It is a fact that new hires tend to get the less than ideal shifts. You should expect that starting off. Some companies will ask you to sign a document stating that you know that your shift can change and that you must be flexible. This is where you're going to have to be honest with yourself and the company that is hiring you. Let them know what you truly can do in terms of working hours. If you have some restrictions such as schooling, religion, or family commitments, it's best to state that up front so they know that ahead of time. Pick the best job for you. At one end of the home agent scale, jobs that support Apple iOS or Macs can be very demanding. And then on the other side, there are simpler call types such as taking pizza orders. Pizza orders are going to be in high demand for a few hours of the day. Think lunchtime, dinner time, Friday night, Saturday night, whereas technical support programs are more evenly distributed over many hours during the day. Certain jobs may better suit your personal needs more than others. Therefore, it's always good to state the type of work you want and the hours that work best for you. Find out about training times and the duration. Some training courses can be up to 6 weeks of full-time classes. Okay, let's talk about technology. To be an effective home agent, you're going to have and pay for a reliable internet and telephone service. In some cases, certain companies will need you to have a separate and dedicated wired telephone line. VoIP telephone services are not always adequate. If you have spotty reliability or slow internet services, it's going to be difficult for you to work effectively. Slow internet and service outages are going to negatively impact your job. Remember, most companies will run a remote test that can check your internet speed and telephone service, so be open to that when they ask you. If you don't have internet and phone service now, it may take a couple of weeks to get that installed. Time that appropriately if you have a starting date already. Your computer. The company will either ask you to supply your own computer or they will supply one for you. If you must supply your own equipment, they will provide you with a minimum technical standard for your PC or laptop. Again, best to get this information early in the hiring process. Hiring companies have the ability to test your computer to ensure it meets their standards. You may also be required to download some software that will secure your computer during your work times. This is not unusual, and companies do it to ensure that the service is secure and compliant to their requirements. Don't spend more than you should on a computer. Ask the company what they recommend. Often it will be the right choice. If you can't afford a computer or have one that's not reliable, then look at a company who supplies that equipment. Apple and the companies that work with Apple, Concentrix, Transcom, Xerox, to name a few, are prime examples where they supply all the desktop equipment. Be ready to sign for the value if they do supply that computer to you. If you break it or lose their gear, you will have to pay the cost to replace it. Oh, and if you're thinking about using the excuse that your dog ate the computer, sorry, that's already been used. Honest. Number 5, your home office environment. Another requirement companies are going to have is that you work in a quiet, undisturbed environment, such as a den or spare room, somewhere where the noise from your friends and family or loud pets can be blocked out during the time that you are working. This is important because if you're talking to important customers and they hear a crying baby or a barking dog or other unwanted noises, then you risk your employment. I strongly recommend a room with a view, a window, some type of outlet where it's possible to see and witness the outside world every now and then. Have a comfortable chair. You'll be amazed at the difference a good chair can make on your comfort and well-being. You could be spending a third of your day in that chair, so get a chair that your butt, your back, and your arms will thank you for. Number 6, 5 important things to know before you sign. I have created for you a home agent company checklist that you can use to compare the different job offers that you may receive. It can also be used by you to ask some intelligent questions of the company that is hiring you. Now, I don't suggest that you ask them every single question on the list, as there's nearly 2 pages of questions, but there are probably some questions that are very important to you. Use the list for that. Hopefully, the information from the company's HR team will answer many of the questions in the home agent company checklist. We cover the following sections: pay and compensation, background checks, type of work, training times and requirements, and paid benefits. Visit the link you see on this page to get all the details. On to number 7, what to expect in training. Companies will expect you to attend every hour of training. It's not unusual in a contact center for training to be anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks. I even know some cable training that is 6 weeks in duration. It's important that you can commit to being in training every hour of every day for the designated period. If you can't, let the trainer or the HR staff know. There should be no surprises. Maybe they will make an accommodation for you, but it's better that you plan to ensure that you can attend the necessary training. Training itself will be a mix of self-study and self-paced and instructor-led training. Many companies use a virtual training room application like Adobe Connect that will connect you to your teacher. If you get lost or you just don't get something that's being explained, don't be afraid to ask questions. I will guarantee you that other people will be lost as well and will probably have the same questions on their mind. If needed, find out where to get additional help. Ask if you can download any material to review outside of class time. Number 8, that first week or two after training is completed. So congratulations, you've successfully passed training. Make no mistake about this, this is absolutely the hardest, most difficult time in the job. It's difficult in the sense that you spent 2, 3, possibly 4 weeks in training. In all that time, they crammed your head full of all of this information. Now they expect you to be able to apply it accurately, effectively, and successfully. The truth of the matter is, it just won't happen that easily. Like any job, it takes time to learn the ins and outs and the shortcuts to the job before you can gain confidence and feel comfortable about the answers you provide to your customers. It's really important not to give up now. You may feel stupid, you may feel like you're never going to get it, but I can tell you, you will. Give yourself a break, you will learn the job, it just takes time. Concentrate on giving the customers the right answer as opposed to the quickest answer. I don't know a customer alive that if you said to them, I'm new in this job, so can you just bear with me, give me a little bit of extra time, I'd be pleased to help you, that they would be more than willing and accommodating. In fact, it's a great rapport builder. People generally want you to do well. Ask a lot of questions after training, confirm your understanding, and you will gain your confidence in no time. Okay, number 9, in the groove, daily life as a home agent. Know what determines success in your program. Every contact center has metrics that tell how the team is performing and how individuals like you are performing. Find out exactly what success means to your contact center. It may be a certain handle time, it may be a certain customer satisfaction score. Your job will become much easier when you know what success is, because once you have that target, you can aim for it and you can work hard to achieve it. Know the metrics that make up success. It's important that you get access to your daily metrics or stats. You should not go a day without knowing how you're performing on the key metrics. Remember, good performance can get you a better shift, some bonus money, and access to other types of work like email or chat. Also, avoid cabin fever. Although there are lots of benefits from working from home, one of the drawbacks is that you can feel isolated. You can spend your entire day talking to 20, 40, 60 different customers, but you can still feel alone. It's important throughout the day to get out of your room, potentially get out of the apartment or house, go for a walk, get some fresh air, interact with other real live human beings. If you can't get out of your home office, then talk to some friends on phone or on social media. Break up your day just a little bit so you have contact with the outside world. Finally, number 10, your career growth. If you became a home agent to earn extra money, or it's a stopgap position as you finish your education, or you need another job before you move on to another city, then all is good. If you can and want to contribute more to your peers and the company you work for, then think about moving to the next level in your career by becoming a team leader. A team leader is probably the least glamorous yet most important job in the contact center, but it is the one job that can open up so many more doors in your career. But you should know that it's a much tougher job than being a home agent. Tougher because you have the responsibility of helping and leading 10 to 15 home agents just like yourself. If you want to take that next step after you've had at least 6 months experience as a home agent, then watch this video attached to the link. So are you still thinking about becoming a home agent? I personally hope this information will help you find the right job and the right career. I wish you all the very best in your new future. For a free copy of the presentation, please write me at Clive@Care4Customers. Thanks for watching.